Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure to have your live and challenge. A little cat at green action here, presented by Lunatic Designs. Kiko the Lunatic, giving you all the dang old action. The dang old Bristol Motor Speedway. That's where we're running. We watched what I thought was some good racing this past weekend in Bristol, and as Easter is upon us, we have no NASCAR. So thank you to everybody joining in and watching what we're doing here. I like it. iRacing ready to go with the SIM500 Wednesday night Xfinity series here, presented by GOAT Racing Diecast. If you need a new diecast, that's the man you're going to have to get a hold of. I'm telling you, the legendary. He's got a ton going on right now, and including some of the lives that he has been doing as of lately. Some of the lives he's been doing has been he's been putting on some sales and some things that really just kind of work. So check out GoRacingDiecast.com. You can also follow him on his social media platforms. It's Charles Van Scoyker. They call him Chuck. He's been doing some phenomenal things as of late. So check him out. Thank you again, SIM500, for being on board tonight. We're going to have a little bit of race information here for you. For tonight's race, we're going to run 150 laps. 4 sets of tires total. I think pace car speed limit's 50 miles an hour. Pit road speed limit 35. At least that's the last update of notes that iRacing has out there. So we'll see what iRacing has in store. I believe it's faster than that, though, because I remember running Bristol this week, and it seemed like we were a little bit faster than that. Half-mile racing surface here, single pit road, which means they're going to enter in on so if it's not dual pits, it's single pits. It means they're going to enter where you see the blue line down there. That's it's something we can teach you here. The blue line means don't go here. The clear line, it means you can go there. And we'll talk about that here in just a moment when drivers can get out of the racetrack and they get out there after qualifying and do some warm-up. Let's see, 100% fuel, 66 degrees on the air temperature, 71% humidity, cloudy skies, the 6-mile-an-hour wind. But the track temperature very calm right now, so we might see some tire wear out of this one. 82 degrees on the track temperatures, the 31 burns it down there. And that's how it goes. So, well, check them out. Muscarella Motorsports has got a hold of me, so you're going to see Muscarella Enterprises up there as one of the sponsors. The sponsor says so. When Budgie puts up !Musk, that's going to take you directly to Muscarella-Enterprises.com. Check out what they've got going on. Take it to Lunatic Design, take it to Chop Chop Racing for sponsoring Signature Esports and all that we do. You want to sponsor Signature Esports, all you got to do is reach out to me on my socials or find me in Discord, and I can tell you what we've got going on and what we need help with and ways that you can help and sponsor. That's how it'd be. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, this track is loud, folks. It is amazingly loud on my end, and so we'll try to make sure that we keep the volumes where they need to be. But if I put this up normally where it's at, there's my normal volume for iRacing, and this racetrack is just magnificently blasting off. So, you know, we back down the volume today just a touch. Here we go. We can still be heard, and I can still hear things, and you know, all the coolness that's going on. SIM500, 2 races away from the playoffs. You can go to sim500.com and /Xfinity, and you can see what their schedule is going to be like. You can also check out their points from that point on as well. We have Bristol and Daytona, and then the top 16 are going to try to make the chase. It'll be Bristol this week and Daytona next week. Then we'll go to Kansas Speedway, Dover, and Atlanta Motor Speedway. They're going to run at Old Atlanta. All the way through Worldwide Technology Raceway for race round of 16. Round of 8 will be Iowa, Talladega, and Charlotte, and I believe Homestead Miami Speedway at the tail end of that one. So a lot of races still left, but we're getting to the point of playoffs, and Stephen Miles leads in the point standings here so far. Miles with 30 points over the field right now. I was looking to see if Steven was in today's race. He is in today's race. So the 24 on pit road through 14 starts. They do have 2 drop weeks, so the points will have cycled a little bit. But tonight it's definitely going to be about where these drivers are going to be able to kind of fine-tune themselves and fine-tune what they've got going on. David Schildhouse, Wesley Donaldson, Jason Karlovich, and Mark Jorgensen Jr., your top 5 in the point standings. Most wins out of any driver out there. Mark Jorgensen Jr. and David Schildhouse both have 6 top 5s, but Jorgensen's, all of his top 5s are wins. Schildhouse with 2 wins on the season as well. Then we have Jason Karlovich is going to have a win. Stephen Miles still looking for that first win, but he's been very consistent each week. So hats off to the driver, hats off to what he's got going on, and hats off to, just everybody that's putting up and putting down. So your current points leader out of Houghton, Louisiana. All the things. All right. What else we got going on? Let's check it. The biggest mover last week, Andrew Griesbaum, up 4 spots. Went from 49th in points to 45th in points, so he's doing it. 2 drivers lost some spots last week. Ron Holyfield did gain 3 spots. That's a note there. Doug Roth gained 3 spots as well. But Alex Bryson and Jeff Ryan losing 3 spots last week, and that was just some early lap 1 incidents that kind of did that. Most laps led belongs to Jorgensen Jr. Mark Jorgensen Jr. has led 363 laps of the 1,076 that he has turned, and he's been doing very well to try to keep himself in the mix here. Does have a ton of bonus points ready for those playoff standings. So Jorgensen Jr. Big notable here. Wesley Donaldson has been keeping himself nice and calm and quiet. Wesley Donaldson with the 3rd point standings he's been cycling in and out of the lead, but all of his races have counted. He's missed 2 races, so he hasn't had the chance to have that drop week. But he's ran 972 laps, 6 laps led so far. But Wesley Donaldson back out of the mix and ready to run tonight. And then Schildhouse, David Children, the Children. Is he in today's race? Is David missing today's race? So he might have to. We do have, this is a holiday week, so a lot of kids are getting out of school this week, and Cody, she doesn't have school for the next 5 days, so. And we're getting ready to be at the tail end of everything. Mr. Van Nest, much love to you. Thank you for the like out there. RB, thank you very much. SIM500, thank you as well for all the love, sports, and the shares. Thank you for the likes, folks. I appreciate that. Liking the stream goes a long way to support what we do. We appreciate that. Thank you. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. As far as the starting grid goes, J.P. Phillips, number 34, is going to be your pole sitter. Tyler Dalton, and the Zone 15 Motorsports, number 19 is everything. I think Tyler running up there. He's doing well. Justin Fuller is going to be inside row number 2 with Stephen Miles to his outside. Brian Macklin, Tyler Sweetheart's going to be out there row number 3. Bentley Glazer is going to be out there with Mark Jorgensen Jr., row number 4. Jason Karlovich is going to be out there with Sean Macklin, row number 5. Alex Bryson and Joe Hudson there in row number 6. Row 7 will be Eric Arnold, Randy Yoakum, Brandon Alford, Robert Friery III, and the E.J. O'Rourke, Shannon Wood through row 9. Row 10, Mike Montesi and Wesley Donaldson. Nelson Rivera, Joey Gitina is going to be out there in row 11. Chad Coleman, Rich Waverly, row number 12. Glenn Campbell, Bobby Wetzel, Barry Stevens, Kevin Stone, then Doug Roth, Ron Holyfield all the way through 15th. Donnie Leah, Doug Sigmund, and Brian Wortman making up the final section of racing. Driver's going to be leaving pit road, and Tyler Dalton will be up on the outside lane. Pit road exit right there out of turn 2, which means the entrance is going to be right there in turn 2. You'll exit out of 1, come around and exit high. So this one with the single pit lane, it's going to put everybody in a pit road at turn 2. They have to drive all the way to, if they're on the front straightaway, they've got to drive all the way around and get themselves to pit road on turn out of turn 3 and turn 4. You got to watch that speed limit. Unlike NASCAR, iRacing, and their segments, but you gotta be very careful. Yeah, it does look like 40 miles an hour for the pace speed. So I was gonna say, I thought I read that 50 was the case, but it is 40 on the pace speed. Oh, it'll be JP Phillips on the high side, Tyler Dalton on the bottom. Drivers are ready to go. Pace car will dive in. We're going. We're green. How about we send it? Yeah. Just like that, 3 laps complete. Running outfit off 2, ready to go. Randy Yoakum on the inside. Hey, trying to battle the 2 up 2. Robert Fryery the 3rd. Little Fryery's custom carpentry on board. As we work, Tyler Dalton, your race leader. JP Phillips in 2nd. Justin Fuller holding on to 3rd. And we'll see if this racetrack has a tendency to run that, and when they run that bottom, the tires are going to wear out, things are going to happen, drivers are going to find themselves in all kinds of situations, and especially when we start looking at lap traffic. Eric Arnold on the bottom side of the racetrack back there. As we'll take a look, he is sitting where pit lane would be. The first caution will come out. Again, drivers did a great job holding on to the brakes. Here's what happened. Just got free. A little self-spin. Never hurt anybody. He's good to go. Great job by the drivers. Oh, yeah. Eric Arnold will go to the back of the field. Wesley Donaldson up 3. One of the biggest movers so far. Glenn Campbell up 4. Last 3. I think they're cycling here. But not a lot of spots gained. 20 spots lost, though, with that self-spin for Eric Arnold. So at least he's still going to be behind the drivers, going to be able to lead lap as well. Lots to think about. Lots to look at. Yeah. A caution for the first time here for the Go Racing Diecast Xfinity Series, powered by SIM500 eSports Racing. Go to sim500.com. Again, thank you to Goat and the Go Racing Diecast.com. Love. Yeah. Budgie, how are you doing? Got an error 1000. Well, the dang old Twitcheroony. I don't know what's going on with it. I really don't. Thank you, folks, for being out there. Much love to you. Appreciate the live stream looks, and appreciate you being out there, of course. Try to take care of business and run some Bristol. What do you folks think of the? I don't know if you watched the NASCAR race this past week or not, but if you did, what'd you think? I thought it was a good race. I know that my driver won, but I liked seeing it run green. Now, I know that they want to put a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more tire wear, and try to make it interesting. But I would say that NASCAR's doing fine. Let's do it. We're green. Good idea, Budgie. Much love. Karlovich up on the outside lane. Schweikart on the bottom as well. Door-to-door, Stephen Miles. Fuller back of spot. JP Phillips. Ooh, caution right back out here. It looks like Bentley Glazer and Joe Hudson Laser up into the 49. Corner exit. Oh, they hold on to it. Let's see. Joe Hudson was running bottom side of that race line. Second lane, just on the restart here. We pop out what we're going to see here. And it was good reason as well. So there's nothing wrong with the way that he was running here on the start of this race. It's going to have somebody that works to his inside right here. And so he stays high. And it maybe kind of came down a little. But a great job. Drivers locking up the brakes, locking it down, and ready to rock and roll. So good timing. Good timing. All right, back-to-back cautions. That's a back-to-back cautions. Yeah. All right, I need to make an adjustment. Style overall. Let me make sure that this is in here correctly for the... I've been meaning to change this for the last couple of weeks. The iRacing logo, whenever it goes to the replay, is massively large and should not be. It's a little oversized, so it cuts off the iRacing logo, which I really don't like to see. So we're going to fix it. Never mind. I can't fix it. I forgot. I'm gonna have to make one that's 14 or that's 1080. I'm gonna have to change the size of one and give it a, give it a look. All right, back at it. JP Phillips on the starts and restarts. Really just not able to get this thing rolling. Lost a couple of spots on the start of this one. So we'll see if he's just kind of saving a little bit. Not a bad idea. Everybody on the lead lap. There's Joe Hudson coming around. He's going to get a little bit of that car. Ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Tyler Dalton. Brian Macklin. The drivers. Ready to do it again. Second caution of the race. All right, we're going. We're green. 19 to the 30. JP Phillips loses another spot. Justin Fuller up on the outside lane. Brian Macklin side by side. 5-1 with a push here. Tyler Dalton, your race leader. Justin Fuller right back to the back bumper. Ooh, wall tap for him there. He's going to search to the inside. 19 up high. Fuller, Dalton. Dalton to drop in. Fuller trying to throttle off here. Ooh, up into the 19. Almost gets into the door oven there. Corner out. We'll see Fuller and Dalton touching doors here. Teammates side by side. Fuller up into Dalton, goes around. Runs out of room, runs out of real estate. Man. Just runs out of room. Nothing that the 19 can do here. 19 running the outside lane. It's a defensive position. It's going to be able to get a run right there. Little egg shape. Runs up to the outside. And then bam. Nothing. Nothing. Not a darn thing. That's terrible. Thank you for the glitch, Budgie. We'll see if Fuller can get it fixed. You can run a ton on this racetrack without even having a nose clip. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So Fuller coming to pit road. I see that blue line right there. There it is. That's what I wanted to talk about with drivers. All right, if we look at the blimp view, that right there means that drivers can enter and exit pit road. If you're out on iRacing, you want to know if it's single or dual pit roads. the big telltale sign is going to be that blue line right there. That blue line right there means that this is a single pit road, which means that you enter in on 2 and you exit on 1. If this was a dual pit road, you would not see the blue line, which means you enter on the side that you pit, which makes pit stops faster, but can be challenging in the other regard. So, if you didn't know, now you know. That's how you know when you're racing, if it's a single or dual pit road. And everybody, if you're on a dual pit road, the only time that you pit on your side is during green flag pit stops. So if you qualified, say you qualified 5th, well that pit stall is going to be on the front straightaway. So you're going to enter in on 4 and you're going to exit out on 1, which puts your pit road exit on technically turn 2. That's where you're going to be rejoining. If you were, say, 25th, then you would be on the back straightaway, which means that you would enter in turn 2 and you would exit out of turn 3, which will wrap you around to turn 4, and that's where your commitment line would be. But under caution, everybody pits in turn 2 and exits on turn 1. All right, but that's on dual pit roads. On single pit roads, that's just one way in and one way out. Yeah. All right, Tyler Dalton, Sean Macklin, Stephen Miles. Let's do the thing. Green flag. Good restart for Sean Macklin, Brian Macklin on the bottom. Tyler Dalton didn't get up to speed very quickly there, but he's going to run the outside lane. Brian Macklin will have the 19 on an egg shape out of the corner. Bristol runs fast. We're talking 15-second laps. 19 right back to the outside lane. 30 there to try to protect. 19 rolling second lane up. Door to door for the lead. And it's all about it. 19, 30. All rolling. 19 takes back over. J.P. Phillips rolls back to 3rd. He is your pole sitter here tonight. Stephen Miles drops back to 7th. Work of the inside lane. Has the 41 up to there on the outside. Alex Bryson working. Best way to salvage tires is to run the bottom side, run a natural line, but that outside lane has some grip as well. As you see the 60, could make something happen right there. Some drivers just like running the outside lane because it's usually got a little bit more clean air. 60 to the outside of the 24. Shannon Wood up 5. Biggest mover of the race is E.J. O'Rourke. Mark Jorgensen Jr. is going to be up 1 as well. Some of the drivers are their fastest laps of the race currently. 15:22 about Randy Yokomo to the 15:46. Brian Wertman back here taking his time, 9.5 seconds. Doug Sigmund just ahead of him. His little 3-car pack is they're just kind of rolling right now, doing what they can. Joe Hudson off 18 from the start of the race, 49 rolling, as well as Eric Arnold trying to march back forward. Kevin Stone in 28th. Back where he qualified from. Rich Swaveley is going to be off 3, and here comes Justin Fuller. Fuller got a lot of that nose worked on, and he's got to try to march forward. There to the bottom is the 11 on the outside, Ron Holyfield. Holyfield with some left side damage now. And again, you got to remember that these cars have a tendency, to have some issues if you touch them. Doug Roth up 9:43. Montesi in 19th. Looking ahead of Nelson Rivera. Nelson Rivera trying to park it where he can here at Bristol. The high banks at the last great Coliseum. The trophy at Bristol, well, it's a banger of a trophy. It's a big old sword. 32, 150, 29, up 18 spots. Tiny Leah going places. 4,200 with the high rating. Tyler Dalton, 6,800. 4/10 of a second lead over Sean Macklin, who's up 8. J.P. Phillips off 2. Again, Brian Macklin up 1. Shrikard's going to be rolling. E.J. O'Rourke at 41, still working the outside lane. Jorgensen Jr. just behind. Check it in on your points leader, Stephen Miles, just inside the top 10. We'll see the 8 of Randy Yoakum ahead. Oh, Doug Sigmund having an issue. Caution will come out. Here's what happened on the 04. Just got free. Ouch. That's driving up the right rear, making it slippery. He jumps to pit road. Everybody says, wouldn't it be nice? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah. All right. Everybody. All right, I'm going to throw you on Chuck's commercial real quick, and then I'm going to make a change in the middle of all this. I want to see something about track cameras, because the track camera is doing something wickedly weird. All right.
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoatRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available, with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Yeah, I do those commercials. I do. I do them for a radio station as well. So some drivers coming in, maybe some fuel, maybe some tires, maybe some change. Justin Fuller back on pit road. He's going to take tires. He's going to get a little bit of that damage worked on as well. It's not a bad choice. Tyler Dalton, your race leader, saying it now. They were going to be close on fuel. You could run quite a bit, quite a few laps on this racetrack. In the Xfinity car. But hey, you know, lap 36, now you're going to pretty well be close. We get a caution. Cautions have a tendency to allow drivers to save. So if they get any more cautions, you guarantee that drivers going to be looking, drivers with good track position right now are going to be looking at, do I or do I not come to pit road those extra set of tires. You don't want to give up track position. So if you can turn the engine off, save some fuel, it'll be a good saving grace for every one of these fine folks. But we'll see. We're going. We're green. Oh, hip check, 88 going around. Option. Ooh, baby. Joey getting through it. Ooh. What happened to Randy Oakham right here. 83 of Bryson right behind. Oh, netcode. That dreaded netcode, and Bryson unable to stand on the back of the 88 for the checkup there. Boy, was that... It's Bristol. You're supposed to be able to run Bristol, right? All right, here it is, folks. The dreaded netcode city. Yep. Watch right here. Bam! Netcode gets him turned. And then the biggest skadoosh you're going to see right now, this time. Yeah, Randy, I mean, he hits the left front of that car and oof. All right. Track position is key. Right now, Tyler Dalton leading. All right, I'm going to take the plate upstairs. Be back in 120 seconds. We're going back to green flag racing. My plate, meaning I had my dinner down here. All right. Couple of things happening there. Sorry about that, folks. Sweetheart Brian Macklin having an issue. Having a big stop right there, waiting for the pace car. But here's what happened. Shannon Wood, free. Looked like 43 was free there as well. It's Roth. I was trying to see if there was netcode involved here too. 43 was free. Oh, no, you just got free. That was snappy free. And once you're free, the tires heat up. The O2 out of the corner. Good to go. All right. Lose it. Oh, baby. Just so you know, folks, I'm sorry about that. We had a little bit of... We're going, we're green. Not quite sure. We're losing some frames out there. Again, apologies to everybody. We'll keep everybody up to. Oh, some blinking on our end. That's all our end, folks. Not quite sure what's going on. But we've got some storms in our area, so just so everybody knows, we're going to continue to try to keep rolling here. 49. We are not under caution, so let me refresh SDK here. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Apologies about, about everything right now. All right. Everything should have been stabled out by now. Do apologize. We have some storms in our area right now, and want to make sure that we continue to show what we can and do what we can here. Yeah, big blinks. And that's, I have no clue what's going on. Not a clue. Not a clue, folks. Bear with me, folks. I don't know what's going on.